been sort of looking through the various shelves and things. We just got this shelf here and that little point of interest there, and then I think we're more or less done with the bookstore. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to go talk to that gardener lady, see about getting her smelling salts, and see if we can borrow her gloves as well. And then we'll go back to check out the body that's hanging in the tree. Bum, 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 bum. Flashlight rave party. Yep. You know, I still feel weird when we're like talking to someone and we're like shining light right in their face, but you know what? Maybe that's fine. Whiskey and chocolate.
Little something while I am able is just welcomed a new family member into the household.
Oh!
First, thank you for your videos. As always, as when a newborn is not sleeping, it is nice to watch.
Oh, congratulations, Fang! And I appreciate you. Try to get whatever sleep you can. My gosh. Wow, thank you.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Now that sounds like something that might be useful for us. Let's look through the shelf.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance.
Or WUB for short.
These three things are very important to the working class mind.
I wonder if this is relevant to the whole strike at the harbor thing.
The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
Insert commentary on real world problems, right? How does that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything.
Yeah, no comment.
Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill.
Oh, so listen, anyone out there who has health issues, you should entirely know that it is entirely your fault. You are the person to blame if you're feeling sick, is basically what this is saying. Right? You're just not trying hard enough. Oh, guilt. It's entirely in your head, yeah. Does the book say anything else?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver.
Hold on, let's inspect that one.
There's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
I mean, good point, Inland Empire. Find something truly otherworldly, 97%. I got a +1 because I've heard about the curse. In before we get XCOM'd.
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pale.
What's the pale?
The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted.
What's this book about?
The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pale, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale.
Sounds like a good way to spend a Saturday night. Sounds invigorating.
It is, and good for the circulation too.
What else?
It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pale. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pale and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired.
And what does this pale-aged liquor do?
Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health.
I mean, it sounds super relevant.
That seems improbable.
I don't know, I should probably get my hands on some of that. What else is there?
For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the Pale, though a sidebar cautions readers
Hey, Quill,
to
pay
limit
attention, there's a
each
new
stroll
subscriber.
to less than an hour.
It doesn't sound like he's saying the Paul or the Pale, but something in between. The Powell. The Powell.
These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body
Hey, Cold
of
Church.
victims, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need.
Huh. Anything else of note?
There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
Well, I certainly don't need that.
You close the book and return it to its place on the shelf.
Well, we're definitely going to come back and buy this. There's another one I we want to buy as well, which I think might have also cost $4.20. Storekeep, what books are these?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
Okay.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
Whiskey and chocolate? Hey!
Glad to see you're enjoying the game, Quill. This not only my favorite game, it is my favorite piece of storytelling media of all time. Such a genius piece of work.
I mean, I can see it. I didn't doubt it at all. Based on everything I'd ever heard from people sort of implying about this game, I had no doubt that it would be an incredible experience. And it is 100% delivered. What is this? Another boring book just discarded here. Is it though? Is that really it? All right. Okay, so I think we're done in here. I don't know if we tried behind the curtain though.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the
She
books?
says this a lot, the
The
compelled.
books are all you care about.
Are you trying to do magic to get people to buy books? Is this related to curse? Also, you've got your freaking necklace.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
I'm gonna examine the strange cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
Isn't there like a fish head in her amber necklace too, I think?
This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
And who are the Seminese?
Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
I'm gonna try to pull open the curtains.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Is this about the curse? Is that why you're afraid?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now,
I mean, it's not like I haven't warned or
please
anything.
open the curtains.
Man, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there. I mean, do I? Do I? But I sense this place calling to me. I must investigate beyond the threshold. Just say I'll think about it for a while. I'll come back if there's more need to investigate. Like, the problem is, I'm torn between two things, right? In a video game like this, you're like, well, I gotta click all the options and see what happens. But also, realistically, how would I behave? I mean, not that my character is a particularly normal or realistic person necessarily. I'm gonna go with 3. I sense this place calling for me. Must investigate.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains.
You know what? Fine.
Dear sir.
I'm just gonna think about it for a while. Put a bookmark in it.
Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
What are you, a coward? Think about the marvelous adventures waiting for us on the other side.
Well, if the necktie wants me to do it.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Rip them apart for real this time. We're gonna follow up. We'll see if we've opened up some new conversation with the bookstore owner first. Shine my light in her face.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Why are you so uptight about those curtains? I just want to know what's on the other side. Also, I want to know why there's constant cash register sounds going on in this place, even though there's no one at the cash register. Is your cash register haunted? Tell the truth.
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees.
Why do people keep asking about if I've noticed the time pass in the game? Yes. 30 times yes. We have noticed the time passes during conversations. Yes.
Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the book.
Drawn to the books, Just a storage room. Why does it have Seminese war protecting it? For just a storage room, then it wouldn't hurt. You know what? We're gonna ask for number 1.
It's just for decoration.
She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lipped smile. Then something breaks.
Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed.
Many people want to see the
Just like
time,
everyone
sure, but that's
says.
not what people are asking me.
They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing.
The doomed commercial area.
Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
How does this curse manifest itself?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Is this a real curse? Or is it just the fact that most small businesses close within the first year?
Didn't that curtain just move?
Annette mentioned the previous tenants have experienced some financial troubles.
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Well, is it just that the building disapproves of the way you're raising your kid? Because I also unwant you.
Sounds familiar.
Strange. I feel unwanted too. What does it mean?
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous.
Hey, Chris Rod. Nice to see you again. It's been a while, huh? Okay, why didn't you tell me right away that it's the curse? Although, why would she tell me right away? Why is she going to tell every random customer that walks into the building, by the way, this building's cursed, but also I still want you to buy my books? Still, we're going to ask.
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail.
Yeah.
The negativism.
Negativism.
It's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Do people want the hat more? Should we be hat ourselves? Okay.
Wow.
We got Void Wraith now.
Void raves. You have new words.
This just feels like villains that you're going to run into in like Path of Exile or Warframe even. I mean, we've spent a lot of time in the Void and Warframe. Have you sought help from anyone? Did you call Sam and Dean?
Yes. I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
Nods a strange cage like trinket in the
The
curtains.
wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear it's not enough.
Is your pendant part of the wards as well?
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet. Blessed by desert pygmy shamans with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books.
See, this is your problem. This is where you went wrong. You had to go to Mountain Pygmy Shaman.
There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people.
Would you like me to take the case? I could investigate, see if the curse is real.
Most certainly not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, you know what this case calls for?
I like drama.
A para-detective.
I love it. Convince her to let you investigate the Doom commercial area. Well, I got +2 from helping Annette for this one. You'd think she would be bitter about it, since she doesn't seem to like her kid at all, but okay. Drama!
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Wait, what if I don't want to lie? Ma'am, I came to help. I've handled paranatural situations before. For all I know, that is literally true. You know what? I'm going to move my noggin over here. Hang out next to Kim. Not cover the little text down here.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I sense the psychic emanations from afar. The sleeper beyond calls out. I've returned from the void, a paradetective from a long line of paradetectives. I mean, I sense something, probably.
I'm not sure I can trust your claims. Honestly, you look like a bit of a drinker.
No, ma'am.
I'm sorry for being so
I'm not
blunt,
a
but
bit of a drinker.
The lieutenant
I'm an
keeps his
exceptional
usual
drinker.
Stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook. Go ahead then, rock her world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
I admit I had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing. It is necessary to drink the spirits in order to contact the void. I think those are both perfectly cromulent responses over here. I'm gonna go with 2. And you gotta be in the right state of mind. You gotta be in the wrong state of mind to see the right kind of thing.
how do you know all this?
Experience?
Here we go.
Your words brought me here in the first place. The Simonese blood also runs through me. I am the Void Revenant. I have the power to debad all the bad energies. I kind of like the term Void Revenant, but you're right. Kind of my necktie led me here a little bit. I'm going to go with Void Revenant because I like it. The debad all the bad energies is a little questionable, but let's see what happens.
I should have realized. A pattern lies within the fabric.
That's what I'm saying.
The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been mere chance.
Exactly.
Perhaps you truly are the one to deliver this woman from the doom.
But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
No problems whatsoever. Your family is safe. The Phantom's no match for me. Just ask my partner Kim. He'll vouch for me. No problem whatsoever.
If you promise,
fine.
good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
Well, I'm not going to back down now. That would be crazy. On my honor. I have very little honor, so I don't think this this oath is worth much.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
I didn't sign up for an entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course, the entity. I'm sorry. The entity? Did you say entity?
Yes, a malignant entity that lives inside the chimney. It takes the form of a woman. A witch, most likely. She or it must be connected to the curse somehow.
Chimneys aren't big enough for that. I mean, if Santa can come down a chimney. Chimney, the passage between heaven and hell, of course. I mean, apparently we're going to just keep bullshitting. I mean, that's what we've done since we started this run, right? Pretending we know what we're doing, pretending we haven't lost every single one of our memories. Sure.
Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume.
Look at a key.
You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. what you discover in there.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin. What you discover? Probably just some office.
I mean, probably.
Don't be scared.
The thing is, part of me is like, Kim's being very patient right now. Part of me like, why are we even here? We should just go and deal with a dead body, you know? I had a few more questions about the curse.
Okay, but please, only a
No,
few
I didn't. I've asked all these things.
Looks aloof. Her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
Farewell for now, book peddler. Well, I gotta check the door now. I mean, come on. I'm never leaving this bookstore again.
A set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Pull the curtains open.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture.
See, that's all that was in here ever.
A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
A small, terrified O escapes from Plaisance as she tries her best to look away, her round face buried in her hands. Nothing magical going on here. Like a hairdresser's thing? Oh, ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers, yeah. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Well, first I want to knock on the door. Any spirits back there?
Only an echo. No one is there.
I'm gonna unlock the door with the key.
After exerting some force,
My guy would
you
like
manage to turn
you to know this is excited
its
for you to play as. Thanks,
The door
OmniZero.
slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
Kim, maybe you should go first. No. Open the door and enter. Oh, now we're in a gym? Oh, whoa! It's got dialogue. Click on him here. I haven't seen this before. Yeah, honestly, I don't really know what we're doing here, but this looks like a gym to me. Or Thomas.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages.
He draws a stripe on the dusty floor with his foot.
I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us.
Yeah, man.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
If there's a reason no one's been here in ages, let's keep going. I'm sure it's just a regular abandoned house. Nothing mysterious here.
Sounds good.
Punch, punch. Sand is dripping from a punch bag. Not used to hearing it described as a punch bag, as opposed to a punching bag. Maybe I could sleep on the mat, yeah. The poster says, Sitius Fortis. The rest is worn off. I mean, Fortis is strong. I don't know what Sitius is. Makes me think of city, but I think, I was going to say, but in Latin, city is polis, but is that Greek? I don't know. What's this? Shot put ball. All right. Oh, we should check the description. They have fun descriptions. Ball used for playing shot put, a favorite pastime of elderly gentlemen. You feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such a beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin, although it's worth $13.77. It's a fortune for me. Okay, can you spot me, Kim?
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, we're talking about like about 125 pounds or so.
There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
Yeah, no, you should definitely have that. Then the exception is when you're doing a bench press, you might not want collars on it because in case something goes wrong, you can tip it to the side and let the weights fall off. But
Why does it feel so familiar?
why does it feel so familiar? Is it familiar because I'm a weightlifter? I'm definitely not. My stats do not represent that. Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell. Physical instrument, legendary 14. +1 notice collars. It is fun to occasionally fail at this. I'm kind of worried that what this is going to do is just deal some damage to me, but let's work our way through this. Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, It's not that.
It's definitely not that.
It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone.
Was I a wrestler?
It's just a memory from another life, when you were young and fit.
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell. Seems like an odd thing to say, but we'll say it.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard just removed the collars? Should be a felony. I mean, maybe they're resetting the weights. Actually, I don't care about safety hazards. I play fast and loose with gym rules. I curl in the squat rack. I'm a badass.
No one does until they get smashed under the barbell.
It's fine. Let's do it. All right. Good. Not bad form. Oh.
Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a
It's
children's
whiskey
game.
and chocolate.
I mean, I should change my outfit. I should definitely go into
Your
some
streams
gym
have
wear.
made me want to revisit this game after having left
Hey,
it for a
Izvek.
few years. Keep up the good work, and always listen to the tie.
I'm trying, baby. I'm trying. We're definitely going to put some more points into the thing that lets you get info from objects. Gym wear next stream, yeah. Tight little gym shorts. You know you want to see it. We're going to get all the tips. Not just the tip. Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell in the air, your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. It's a children's game. Oh yeah, I'm a true champion. I'm a champion, baby. What the? Okay, the animation didn't quite match up. I was holding the barbell up
A
on top of my
wave
knuckles there, but
accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed.
wow, I'm gonna feel that tomorrow.
You ever set your mind to. Hey, but you're still in a ghost house. What if someone heard this? What if they know you're here?
There's no ghost.
Good technique.
Thanks, Kim. Just do this, investigate doomed commercial area. Promise you'll look into it. Search for malignant entity. Okay. Worn out wall bars. They look unsafe. Apparently unsafe is my middle name. Oh! I thought they were shelves. I'm like, where do I go now? And I was like, oh, that's weird. My cursor's here. Is this a secret door? No, it's just an archway to some stairs. But it looked like shelves. Ooh, now it's spooky. Always blocked by old window panes and debris. What is this supposed to be? Oh, it's a fire hose. Okay, now we're getting spooky. That I don't love. Hey, it's another bird. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Oh, the way that shadow appeared behind me? Large demijohn full of liquid? Can't click on it a second time. Oh my god, I really thought something was looming at us. Look at this. Whoop, whoop. Okay, the music... Kim, you left me alone! I was about to say, the music's creeping out, and then Kim just walks away? Okay. Airship rotors covered in spider webs. They remind you of blades. Blade 1, Blade 2. The mannequins. I don't do horror games. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow color. Money! Oh, okay, everything about this was worth it. It was super worth coming up here, even if I get eaten by a grue. So, okay, I can continue down that way. Steingal, thanks for the sub. And the resub on Matthew. I think someone's been playing D&D. I think that's what this is.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
I might just spend the entire stream in this building. Like, I thought, oh, it's okay. We're just going to click on a couple of book things and we're going to leave and investigate, the murder that we're here for. Inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic.
This sounds like some Luna Lovegood shit.
Translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space.
Is that really how it's pronounced? Sidereal? I always pronounce it sidereal. Oh.
Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those Wilkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a Welkin.
Listen, I know we talked about maxing out Inland Empire, but I really like drama.
One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the Welkin. This is important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged.
Okay, so we're meeting our second racist in the game.
The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin,
Average Stellaris player?
and the High Welkin, to rule them all.
But they were deceived, for in the darkness another Welkin was forged.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
One of them is a Welkin supremacist.
Mm-hmm. Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
Has a great beard. Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for a game.
I mean, it really reeks of like a D&D campaign setting, you know? Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions.
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkins.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone.
Okay, let's inspect the photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow.
Now we're playing Frostpunk.
Beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine.
Fucking the writing in this game. The writing in this game fucks.
A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal."
This is a D&D adventure.
The world, as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe.
Inspect the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: Call in, Tune Out, Wirral Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe.
Inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid.
Someone working in
A
IT?
grand scheme of production and money.
Is this a Gantt chart?
Minimi stands for a mini meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41.
This is agile?
Implemented a few years ago. But
What's going on here? Keep reading. What happened?
as time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
Lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
What's in the box? In the box. That's being held up by wires.
Appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
Mother... Oh, Parduke! This is exactly the wrong time for this sort of thing. Parduke says, it's like eggnog and morphine. A pineapple, olive, and jalapeno pepper pizza coming over here. Thank you very much. Oh my God. Thank you very much for that. Oh, that's going to be delightful. Here's some kind of machine. Okay. Let's turn on the machine. Yeah, what about the frites? If only I could get some proper frites here.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
Do you think I should turn... We're gonna turn it on. I mean, if there's one thing I know about my character is we turn things on. I mean, look at that face. But first, we'll ask him, because of course he's our bro and he sounds fantastic. You think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Does it look like the Borg assimilated a Macintosh? Try the expression on. Turn on the machine.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric
Really does
animal
turn on,
stirring
huh?
from
Oh,
its
there's the
slumber,
keyboard.
revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Viriscent. Have I ever encountered that word? I mean, I'm going to guess that it means like greenly glowing, like a green iridescence. But I actually don't know. Viriscent. Viriscent. Greenish. A trembling viriscent light. All right. Central machine compartment is wide open. I mean, this is open here, and there's a space there. How's this supposed to work? Okay, let's look inside the compartment.
It's empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some
The
cables have
beehive
been
without its
left dangling,
brood.
disconnected.
I mean, you didn't have to use those words. You just say it's empty with some disconnected cables.
This is where the memory should go.
Yeah, okay, so I'm not the only one with memory problems, huh? Press play.
Nothing happens.
Press play again.
Nothing happens.
It should really say nothing happens again. That would have been funny.
Nothing happens. Nothing. 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 Nothing happen. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
All right. Yeah, blowing it. It's like a Nintendo cartridge. Blue velvet, soft to the touch, moth bitten. Okay, there's more stuff back there. Okay, hang on. I don't think there's much over here, so let me just do this. Oh no, there's another room and everything. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Map?
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red.
Looks like a Hearts of Iron
The mesh
4,
is
like,
spread over the
battle
stone
plan.
like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It
I'm
looks
sorry.
ghostly and strangely ancient.
The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. This game is wrong.
A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric.
I swear to God, they were just making video games here.
The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
These are words? Hold on, how do I know what Kedron mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries.
Does it?
Very advanced.
So we're dealing with something medical here?
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency.
It is about video games.
This
Or
one can listen in
RPGs.
on any station it wants.
Wait, who is the Game Master?
Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is the fireplace responding to me here? I mean, it's just the narration, sort of. But here it's like, you think so. It's like I'm being talked back to by the fireplace. Just sort of used to like, oh, it's just generically the narrator sort of responding back to me, but... The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people.
A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like.
That's cool. Can we call them in from the frickin' radio car?
All of this is gone, left unrealized.
Yeah, unfinished
There's
games.
no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
Like, here's the thing. Like, right now, a lot of this just feels like world-building filler to make the world feel more alive. If this all turns out to be related to some giant master plot, either way is awesome.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
This really is commentary on game development, isn't it? Leans closer, his fingers tracking the maddening rhizome. Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nods at the I kind of wish we had the narration for the other bits, you know? He nods at the calendar on the chalkboard, wiping his marker-stained fingers clean. What else? Squints at the lines.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
I feel like I should peek inside the fireplace, but... Is this a calendar? Scribbled across a notebook. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Oh. Sup, Kim?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
It kind of just does seem like a failed business. They were trying to make a game. It didn't work out. They ran out of money. I mean, I can't see how this is related to the curse. Like exercising the curse. It doesn't seem like a counterintelligence program. It's just a failed business. Question is, what the hell were they making?
Yes, that is the question.
The lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
I like Kim. I like these little insights that we get on Kim from having the SPD to call. We would have so much less insight on Kim if we didn't have this stat, you know? How are they planning to do it? I've never done this before. I don't know. How were they planning on to do it?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in
It's
the
freaking play by email /
as long as they
AI.
have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Grad, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interinsulary game before. We just don't have the technology.
The game keeps dropping words on me that I'm not familiar with. Intersolary? Intersolary. I mean, some of these could just be made up. Okay. All I'm getting is references to Disco Elysium, so I'm immediately closing that tab. And this was a role-playing game?
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool.
Super cool.
Someone should give them millions of real immediately.
I agree.
This game is too good to be left unfinished.
What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
Lieutenant tilts his head thinking. Or insane if they can do that. This is to play to cheat money out of people.